February 6, 2013. This article is from theintelhub.com. Link to the article will be below this video. U.S. Marine questions narrative behind Chris Kyle murder. This is by Paul Joseph Watson. An active duty U.S. Marine has contacted Infowars to express doubts about the narrative behind the death of former Navy SEAL Chris Kyle, alleging that the man charged with his murder, Ray Routh, may not have suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder. 38-year-old Kyle, who was a New York Times best-selling author of American Sniper, was credited with the most sniper kills in U.S. military history. He was shot at point-blank range by Routh at a shooting range in Texas on Saturday, authorities say. Kyle's 35-year-old friend Chad Littlefield was also shot dead. So 2 men dead, Kyle and Littlefield. Routh accused of murdering them. The 2 men apparently have been helping Routh work through post-traumatic stress disorder after his arrest. Routh told authorities he was a Marine veteran, said CBS News. However, an active duty Marine has doubts about Routh's story, telling us that he never saw combat and therefore is unlikely to have suffered from PTSD. The Marine, who was stationed in the same barracks as Routh in the 2007 at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, wished to remain anonymous, but sent his military credentials as well as an unpublished photo of Routh in his military fatigues. We were also able to verify the email was sent from a legitimate military email address. Quote, after seeing this picture, I just remembered this guy lived in the same barracks as me in 2007 in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and he was definitely not a highly trained Marine. He was a mechanic, in for only about 4 years. My friend deployed to Iraq with Eddie Routh, and this guy never went outside the wire. So the PTSD from the combat, as the news is saying, is unlikely, and this guy is no highly trained Marine, as they're also saying in the news. The Marine also told us Routh was into drugs. I'm sure this will all come out eventually. Please do not release my name. I'm an active duty Marine, and I don't need the attention. If Routh's problems with PTSD were not real, he would have had justification to be under Kyle's reign, suggesting he may have embellished the issue in order to gain Kyle's trust before murdering him. According to reports, Routh was taken to a mental hospital on 2 separate occasions in the months leading up to the murder. Authorities are yet to establish a motive for the crime. Why would you kill somebody who was trying to help you? As we reported yesterday, Chris Kyle was emerging as a prominent critic of the Obama administration's gun control agenda and had begun running programs focused around putting armed security guards in schools, as well as training teachers with firearms. I'm going to repeat that. As we reported yesterday, Kyle was emerging as a prominent critic of the Obama administration's gun control agenda. He had begun running programs, and these programs focused around putting armed security guards in schools, as well as training teachers with firearms. In an interview conducted weeks before his death, the former Navy SEAL warned that the White House's attempt to ban semi-automatic rifles was, quote, just opening the door so you can start taking more of our rights, unquote. Link to this article will be below the video.